Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be my fragrance haul for February, and I'm doing it a few days earlier than the end of February because I should not buy any more perfume this month. I've purchased, oh my gosh, too many, and I have a few gifts that were given to me. So I know you guys like these fragrance haul videos, and I like to save them all for the end of the video, so it's like this epic haul. So if you want to see the fragrances that I got in February this month, then keep watching. First off, little disclaimer, I feel like I have to do these every time. I know you don't need this much perfume. I am a collector, I am a hoarder. I work very hard for my money and I spend it on fragrance. So do keep in mind that this is one of the things I collect. Some people collect handbags, some people collect... I collect art and fragrance and skincare. So that being said, there is 19 bottles and 2 rollerballs. 4 of those things were given to me. So yeah, this is a lot. I feel like the last haul video I said I was going to cut down to 2 to 3 a month and maybe do a fragrance haul every other month. And then for some reason, whenever I say those words, I end up going crazier than if I was just not worried about it. So I know this is a lot, guys, but I'm going to stop talking about nothing. And we're going to get into the fragrances, so let's go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you the rollerballs. These were gifts for Christmas from my mom and my sister, and I had misplaced them. I just found them like yesterday, so technically these should have been part of December's haul, but there was haul. This is Vera Wang Embrace. It's actually really pretty. I really like it. And this one is from Pacifica. I love Pacifica fragrances. They're very singular, but they're still really fantastic, and they have great longevity and great projection. This is Tahitian Gardenia, and this is a strong, heavily sweet gardenia fragrance, but I really, really like it a lot. This one has been in my bag for a little bit, you know, like 2 days. But if you consider, so I really, really like these, and they were Christmas presents. I think my family tends to give me rollerballs because they know I have way too many bottles. But if they want to give me bottles, I'm okay with that too. But I like rollerballs, so got these guys. Next up is a fragrance that I talked about in a video. Some of these fragrances were mentioned in videos and reviews, and if they were ever in those, I will link them all below. But I had purchased the Tom Ford Neroli Portofino body spray. I have the eau de parfum. And I got this to wear alongside the Neroli Portofino fragrance, or if I'm just going to be going someplace for an hour or two and I don't need it to last all day, I got this and I love this. In the video I talked about how I wouldn't ever recommend purchasing this over the eau de parfum. But if you have the eau de parfum, this is a great thing to have in conjunction, which means if you're wearing the fragrance and you're almost out, like say you're out for a few hours and then you come home and you want to smell like Neroli Portofino again, but you're only going to go someplace for an hour or two, you don't need to re-spritz your Neroli Portofino eau de parfum. You can use this, which is what I use it for, or if I'm only going someplace for 1 to 2 hours. It does smell a little different than the eau de parfum, but that's to be expected, different formula. But I do really, really like this. If you want to know my full review, I will link it below. Next up is this guy right here. This is a small bottle of Versace Bright Crystal. I'm gonna say something pretty blasphemous. I usually dislike very heavily the feminine fragrances from Versace. I love the male ones. I think they're great, but there's just something boring about the Versace fragrances. They're not inspiring. They're just nothing special. I actually really like Bright Crystal. I think this is a great grab and go fragrance. It's bright, it's slightly floral, it's feminine. And I decided to pick up a small bottle of it to give it a go. Like maybe I'm a little bit too hard on Versace fragrances. Like Bright Crystal, I don't like. I just really don't like any of them. I know a lot of people really like them, and I think that they smell not bad, but considering that if I'm purchasing a fragrance, I want to be excited to wear it, or at least have it fit into my grab and go routine of just specific fragrances that smell a specific way. This fits into that perfectly. The other ones, not so much, but I do really like this one, and I've been wearing it a bunch, so yeah. This is Bright Crystal from Versace. Again, it's a very bright, sparkling, smells a little boozy. Could be wrong. I get a little booze. But it's mostly just to me like a bright feminine fragrance to wear when I'm just going out for a few hours or I'm going to the grocery store. If there was ever a fragrance that would fit into the YouTube made me buy it, which I'm probably going to do an entire video on beauty and skincare and fragrance, this one is definitely it. I did a haul and you guys said, did you guys check this out when you went to that store? It's the best thing ever. And I was like, no. And then Delicious Delights did a review on it and I was just kind of like, okay, sure, yeah, I'll check it out. And just, I've seen it everywhere. And it's the new fragrance from Sarah Jessica Parker. There we go. I'm so sorry. And it's Stash. Now, I have not put this on my skin yet. I actually am going to be doing a first impressions video on this, but I kind of want to do it like more involved than my normal first impressions video. So it's probably going to be like a first impressions plus review. So it'll be separate than my first impressions Friday videos. But this guy smells so unique. There's more videos on this fragrances because this has me really intrigued. This could be a unisex fragrance. I'm throwing it out right now. I know this is a feminine fragrance. Men or women could wear this. This is just so unique. There's something really interesting about this fragrance. I'm going to do an entire review on this, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but I am really excited to try this. I sampled it in the store and I really, really liked it. So I bought a bottle of it, obviously, but I got a small one because I don't quite know how it's going to wear on my skin, so we will see. So yeah, I'm really excited to give this a whirl. Next up are these three from MCM. These are the new fragrances from MCM. This is Incense, this is White Tea, and this is Orris. I'm going to put two of these down because they're heavy. I did an entire review on these fragrances. These are three fragrances in the line. I got all three. These are a spring-summer fragrance, and they fit into spring-summer fragrances beautifully. They're very light, effervescent, but there's something really substantial about them too. Specifically the incense one, it's so good. I love it. How you can take incense and make it a light, bright summer fragrance, I don't know, but they did, and it's good. And I just really like these fragrances. I did an entire review of all these fragrances. I will again link it below, but I would just kind of want to like touch base on these guys. I think these are fantastic fragrances. They're obviously not something that most people have in their collection, so if you're looking for a nice gift to give somebody, say you're trying to give them a spring gift or a summer gift and they really like fragrance, and when I say spring and summer gifts, there's like Mother's Day, there's Father's Day, there's, you know, anniversaries, there's birthdays, things like that. These are great gifts because the packaging on these is phenomenal. You get a nice big beautiful presentation box, you get this fragrance, and then you get a little pouch with it. It's just phenomenal, and I've just been loving these so much, and no one's talking about them, so please, more people, try these. They're so good. Next up is something else that was given to me. This is from Jeanne Arthes. This is the L'Eau de Rose. I think this fragrance was specifically made for the Glossy Box February box. I think that's the only place you could have gotten it. My mom gave it to me. She knows I like rose fragrances, and I don't think she wanted it, or she's just like, I'm not going to wear it, you can have it. So it was really nice of her to give this to me. It's a very kind of soapy, clean rose. It's got a few little green notes in it. I do really like this. This is probably going to go in my grab and go section. I've worn it twice. It's not bad. It's a nice little easy rose fragrance, so I am definitely enjoying it. So yeah. Next up is one I've been meaning to add to my collection for quite some time, and I finally did, and it's from Lancôme, and it's Trésor Midnight Rose. This was made by Hermione Granger, also known as Emma Watson. She will forever be my Hermione. And this, she worked with Lancôme with this, and this is just a beautiful, beautiful rose fragrance. It's a little bit slopey, it's a little bit jammy. I just really like this fragrance a lot. I know a bunch of you were like, buy this perfume, and I'm like, yes, I need to. And so I finally did it, so here we go. It's so good. This is something that not a lot of people talk about, not a lot of people review, and it's just a really beautiful rose fragrance. It's so good. So yeah, if you like really jammy, heavy rose fragrances, this is really, really nice. Here's another fragrance from Lancome. I did a review on this in the very beginning of the month. This is part of the Maison Lancome fragrance. This is Jasmine's Marzipan. This is a beautiful woody, umami, nutty almond, not like the gimmicky sweet almond, which if done correctly is really good, but most of the time it just makes it cheap. Good example of almond as marzipan, like the sweet candy done in a fragrance, is Tule Tula from mayyyybbbeeeeeI. That one is a great example of sweet candy-like marzipan done correctly that doesn't smell cheap. And I love the almond notes in this. It's almond wood. It's so good. This is a beautiful fragrance. I really like Maison Lancome, their bottles, their presentation, the juice, everything about it's top notch. Love, 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 and I'm definitely going to be purchasing more from the line, so definitely you will see more from me, from them, from me in the near future. But haul wouldn't be complete without one of my favorite fragrance houses, Serge Lutens. I love Serge Lutens. I'm slowly trying to get most, if not all of them, because I just really love them. I remember when they first came out and everyone's like really excited. And this one is no exception. This is Fleur d'Orange. This is just a beautiful, just the citrus and the freaking gorgeous florals in here is just, it's like candy, but it's not sweet. It's just, oh, it's just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Love, love, love this one so much. Really happy to have this finally. Another really amazing niche brand. If you guys are familiar with Tower, Andy Tower, he's the nose behind Tower Fragrances or Tower Perfume. Love, love, love his nose, and his fragrances are so good. He came out with a kind of, not a budget line, but like a spin-off line called Towerville, and those fragrances are just something special. And I have Rose Flash. I finally got this. I've been meaning to get this forever. And this is just a beautiful jammy rose, but it's a little bit woody, it's a little bit deep. It's fresh, but it's just nice and just thick. It's gorgeous, it's gorgeous, it's gorgeous, it's gorgeous. So good. Love it so much. So if you guys like rose fragrances, get this. Just get this. This is so worth it. I think a bottle of this is only $63, which might not sound like too much. I mean, it's at the point of, it's the right amount of money for it to not be super inexpensive, but compared to other niche fragrances, this is so cheap. So definitely check this out. Also, Vanilla Flash and Incense Flash are really, really good too, but I finally picked up Rose Flash, and next is going to be Incense and then Vanilla for me. Speaking of really beautiful rose fragrances, I finally got my hands on Calligraphy Rose. I love this. This is so good. This is from Hermes. This is, you ever had a rose fragrance and it just had a touch of incense in it, kind of like Rose Flash? And you're just like, you get the rose, you get the jam, you get the heavy, heavy sweetness of the rose fragrance, and then you get this touch of incense, and it's really, really nice. Imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine you had this really heavy, smoky incense fragrance, and then you just had jammy rose. Like as the afterthought, that's this fragrance. For me personally, like when you smell a stick or you smell like the cap, you get the rose and a little bit of the incense. But on my skin, as soon as this touches my skin, it's like straight incense with this like lingering, really sweet, heavy rose fragrance. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's so good. I need to get Calligraphy and Calligraphy Saffron, but I did want to get Calligraphy Rose first. Again, this is from Hermes, and I really, 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 really love this one so much. Next up are two from Imaginary Authors. Yesterday Haze, which is this beautiful fig fragrance. I love it. And then, oh my gosh, you guys, Slow Explosions. I'm going to be doing an entire review on all of the Imaginary Authors fragrances. I was given samples of all of them, and I have these two bottles. I'm going to go way more in depth on why this is freakishly amazing, but this, guys, if I could choose a breakout role, like if I were to give a fragrance an Oscar for a breakout role, this one. So freakishly good. The notes in this are saffron, rose, leather, apple, benzoin, cashmere, and our Poro Night Market. The saffron and rose and leather mist is amazing, but the apple in this is just freaking unreal. It just makes everything work together so beautifully. I love slow explosions so much. So I'm really excited to have these, and I'm really excited to expand my library and add more of these fragrances to my collection very soon. Next up are these two guys from Acqua de Parma. I've done a review on this one, and this one made it into one of my recent lists on my brightest fragrances. These guys are gorgeous. Really, I have nothing negative to say about either of these fragrances. They're practically perfect, specifically for summer and spring weather. They're really light, they're very easy to wear, they're fresh, they're zesty. The Ginepro in this is gorgeous. The Bergamot in this is perfect. I just really love these fragrances. I do need to pick up a few more from the Blue Mediterraneo line, but I recommend getting your nose wrapped around these as soon as possible, especially if you're looking for a very fresh summer fragrance. These are the best of the best so far. I cannot recommend them enough. I have this tiny little friend, itty bitty little guy from Atelier Cologne. This is Pomelo Paradise. This is a really beautiful fragrance. I really like it. Pomelo, if you aren't familiar with pomelo, pomelo is the best way I can describe it, is like the hot, successful cousin of the grapefruit. And what I mean by that is that it's bigger and it's a little bit better fruit-wise because it's not as bitter as grapefruit. At least that's my interpretation. Pomelos are more just slightly sweeter. They're not sweet. They're not as bitter as grapefruit. Now, the bitterness in grapefruit I love in fragrances. I think it's fantastic. That biting citrus is phenomenal. And pomelo I think is really interesting to use as well. So this is really exciting. Now, I got a small one of these guys because this is actually one of my favorite layering fragrances. And for some reason, I had like 13, literally 13 samples of this. I put it in a little atomizer. I had just ran out. I'm like, okay, I will buy a small bottle of you. Because I use this to layer. I don't wear this on its own, so I might squirt it once or twice. You guys know I don't like the word squirt. Spritz it once or twice rather than drench myself, which I normally do with my summer fragrances. So I didn't think I needed a big bottle. We'll see how fast I go through this, but I'm really excited to have this. It's a nice fragrance. I really love the citruses from Atelier Cologne. 3 more! This is going either fast or I don't know how to perceive time. We have the Hermes fragrances I purchased. I got 2. This is Jour de Hermes. I did a review of this like 2 days ago. Beautiful, light, white floral fragrances. How it's an effervescent, sparkling, white, non-heavy white floral with gardenia and jasmine. I don't know, but they did such a good job. The apricot flower in this really sweetens it up. It's a very romantic, whimsical fragrance. Again, the issue I have with this is longevity. It only lasts 2 to 3 hours on my skin, but it is ridiculously gorgeous and I love it. The other one I got is something that has just, I don't know why I didn't own this. Like I said in the video, Hermes fragrances, I don't dislike any of them. Not like the Versace fragrances for women. Again, I like the men's. There's just nothing about the Versace ones I'm just really like. In fact, the only one I think I like is Bright Crystal. Hermes, I like the way that they smell, and I think they smell beautiful on other people. There's just nothing exciting about them on my skin. They just fall flat. This one didn't fall flat. This one was just absolutely stunning. And this other one, and there's like 2 others I'm meaning to get. This is another one that didn't fall flat on my skin. I don't know why I didn't get this, but I bought that one. I'm like, wait, I don't have the other one. And I'm gonna butcher the name like usual, so I'm sorry. This is 20, their classic fragrance. It's so good. It's really nice. It just smells so sexy on the skin. Love, love, love this guy. So I finally bought this, and then I got this. So these are the 2 Hermes fragrances that I picked up this month. Last but certainly not least is a new one from Commodity. They came out with their Platinum series, and they had 3 fragrances in that line, Orris, Bergamot, and Vetiver. And I talked about this in my brightest fragrance review. I had worn this as a sample a few times, and I picked up a bottle. It's really, really good. Orris was nice. I might pick that up. The Vetiver one smelled like grape Kool-Aid on my skin, which although I liked, I don't know if I would want to spend the money on a full-size bottle. So I might get a travel size of that. We'll see. But the Bergamot was, I knew definitely had to be added to my collection, specifically because I've been in a huge citrus buying kick. It's like my favorite type of fragrance to wear in the spring and the summer. So I've just been kind of like on a buying frenzy with them. and this was a definitely must add to my collection. I really like it. I like commodity fragrances. I think that I wouldn't say that they're unique. I'd say that they're more safe, but they're really, really good. So if you're looking for a very safe, beautiful fragrance, definitely check out Bergamot. It's really nice. It smells so good. I love the bergamot in this, obviously. So yeah, this is the last bottle, guys. This whole video is over. Aren't you excited? So many! Again, I know I don't need this many, but I kind of go a little bit crazy when I get excited about perfume. I find I purchase it and I don't remember purchasing it. I'm just walking around the mall with like 8 bottles of perfume. I'm like, how did this happen? I'm going to be linking videos below if any of these are reviewed, so check them out if you're interested. If any of these fragrances do not have reviews and you want reviews, let me know below, or if you just have any questions on any of these fragrances, ask in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing videos like this, and also don't forget to subscribe. It's free. And I'm free, and I put out new videos every Monday through Friday, and sometimes on the weekends as well, so I'll always have something for you to watch. In any case, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy, and have a great day, month, year, whatever, and I'll see you next time. Bye!